All right, listen up. So you have created a beautiful design in Figma, but now it's time to hand it over to the developers so that it can be developed. But you might be thinking that I can just share the Figma file with the developer and they can figure it out. But that's not always the case because developers instinctively are not very big on design stuff. So they can't understand the stuff. So they need to be spoon fed. And today in this video, we are gonna look at a way, an easy way to spoon feed the developers, aka design handoff to developers. So let's begin. We have all these screens here. So let's say that this is our designs. This is not a complete application. It's just basic designs just for the purpose of this video. So let's have a look at this. We have all these screens, and let's say that we are done with all these screens. We have verified and everything. Now it's time for the developers to come and start building the stuff. Now, how do you hand it off? So first thing you need to do is basically, now ideally you would basically need to create another page here, but I'm not going to go into that detail. I can copy that later on. So what you need to do is create sections. Yeah, sections. You might have not seen that in a while. So yeah, here, if you click this one and click section, you can drag a section in here. You can give it whatever color you want. There you go. And you can rename the section as well. So let's say that I'm going to call this section what exactly. Now, think about it. You need to give the developers the appropriate flows. You need to divide your screens and think about each flow by yourself. Think about the user flows that you created while creating this UI design. So let's say that you have a registration flow, right? Where you register application and you go through the onboarding and then you log into the application. So we're gonna have a look at all these screens and we're gonna bring that in the section. So we have this register screen. After that registration screen, we receive an OTP. Then we have the onboarding, and finally we go into the home page. So what we need to do here is basically drag and duplicate. Mind you, do not copy the original files. Just duplicate them in here so that you can later on, well, you can actually duplicate, put the original one, but you might need to use one frame in multiple places in sections. So it's always a good idea to just duplicate them. So we have the registration screen here. We have the OTP screen here. Let's put it in here. And our onboarding screens as well. There you go. And then we come with home screen, right? So you register, you go to OTP, then onboarding, 3 taps on onboarding, different tips and tricks, and then you go into the home page. Sorry about that. Right, let's tidy it up. So we have a good amount of space in there. Yeah, that seems right. Let's make it a bit pretty and into the center so that it doesn't bother me so much. You know, OCD stuff. Right. So once you have the registration flow ready, what's next? Well, you actually want to create more flows, but before we do that, we need to tell the developers how do the user go from register to OTP. Which button do we click to go to, OTP screen? Now, to do that, basically there are plugins, but there's a cool way to do that. There's an autoflow plugin that is really cool. So if I search for autoflow, you can see this plugin here. You can open that plugin and just click on the register button, because when you click on the register button, then you go to the OTP screen. So if you click on register and then press shift key, so as you can see, it's telling you what to do. Then another object while holding shift key. So press your shift key and then click the another screen, and it will automatically draw that line over here. And you can even add annotations like how do we reach that? Do we click or do we tap or whatever you want? So it's a mobile screen. I'm just gonna say tap. So if we tap it, it will take me to this screen. Good thing about autoflow is that even if you drag, it's not gonna break. Many free plugins will not move this. They will just add a static shape, and when you move the flow from one place to another, it's gonna stay there. It's gonna break. You're not gonna be able to reattach the shape. So that's a good thing about autoflow. The bad thing is it's only 50 flows for free. After that, you gotta pay for this. So what's the alternate here? The alternate is basically inside Figma itself. And not a lot of people know that. Even I recently found out. So let me show you how you can do that. I'm just gonna delete this. Now, if you go into the FigJam, which is basically a free tool that comes with Figma, even for the free users of Figma, so you can go into the FigJam. If you don't know how to go into FigJam, I seriously doubt your skills. So go to FigJam by just going into another file and just selecting either new FigJam board, and it will open up a file. There you go. And in here, you can see this option here, connectors. Say it again, connectors. So we're gonna drag a connector in here. No matter how it looks, just draw it. And then just click this arrow icon and select this connector and copy it, Control C or Command C on Macs. So Command C on Mac, and I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna paste it here. Now that's the beauty of FigJam, that it does allow connectors to retain their properties. So when I come here, I can actually now drag this stuff anywhere I want, and I can connect. When I come here, it automatically attaches to any element that I want. That's really useful. So there you go, and I drag it and put it over here, and I can even change the shapes like so. And you can change the strokes and stuff as well, but I don't need to do that. And you can even add the text. Just double click here, double click here, and now just enter whatever you want, like tap. So there you go. Because I've already got the connector copied into my clipboard, I can just press Command V or Control V to paste it again. So Command V, and after verification, we go to this screen, and it's also a tap interaction. By the way, it's not like prototyping. It's not like gonna be like developers are gonna click this and they're gonna automatically go there, because developers don't need to see the prototype when the design handover. You can create the prototypes in a separate file, but interactive prototype in the separate file. But for this one, you just have to clearly indicate what leads where, right? So if we have this, then we come over here, Control V, and just connect it to the screen. Now, on this screen, there is no button here. So basically, the interaction is either tap or swipe. So I'm just going to tap/swipe to show the interaction here. So you can get into the really good details of this. Now that's how you create flows. So once you're done, actually you're not done yet. You have to create all the flows. So let's say that we are gonna create another section here, and I'm gonna draw it out, and I'm gonna call that booking flow, right? So that's my booking flow. Let's give it some similar color, and let's bring in the booking screens. So how do we book that? From the home screen, we basically click search icon to search for places. Then we select a place. It opens up like this. You read the description, you see the price, you click booking, then you choose a date, then a payment path, then it takes you to the payment, and once it's done, it asks for confirmation. Then there would be a success screen, but I don't have that screen in here, so I'm just gonna copy the screens that I have. So one of this screen, then search, then the destination details, then the choose dates, and then payment, and then module confirmation. So how are we doing that? I'm just pressing hold shift to do that stuff. So I'm gonna copy this, Command C, come in here, Command V, and then I'm just gonna arrange them together. Come over here, baby, just like that. All right, tidy it up, put it inside. I really like the tidy feature. Seriously, it's amazing. All right, so we have, oh, sorry. Okay. Let's arrange this, align this properly. There you go. Center align it, and we have another screen ready. Now you do the same stuff. You go in here, copy this, paste it in here, and connect stuff. So once you're done with that, you're gonna end up with having a lot of flows, because that's how a proper design is handed over. And if you need to add some notes, then just add comments. How to do that? Just go in here on the top, comments, or press C, and just click this and add comments like, oh, make sure but there is some animation, fade animation when screen changes. There you go. This is a comment for the developer. Sorry. Right, so we can add comments as well, but I don't need to see the comments, so I'm just gonna mark that as resolved. By the way, now what's the process of handover actually? So when I select a section here, I see this icon here. This says mark as ready for dev. So if I mark this for ready for dev and share this file with the developer, now how do I do that? You can do that by pressing this share button, or you can actually go into the dev mode and share the development link. So if I share the development link, if I go in this, press this dev mode button and then share the link, they're gonna just see the links, the screens that are ready, that the flows that are ready for development. So you can see, I can see the registration here, although they can see on the screen, but they can actually see that this is only ready for dev, and they can see all the screens in here. So if I click register, it's going to take me to that page. As a developer, I'm going to see that. All right, so when I click this tab, tap this, it's going to take me over here, then it's going to take me to over here, then so on and so forth. You get the point. So that's an easy way to do this stuff. So in the design mode, you can mark all the flows that are ready for dev. So that's how you do that. It's a seamless process. As soon as the flows are done, you start sharing with the developers so that they can work in parallel with you, rather than just sit and wait for you to complete your designs. So once you're done, the developers are going to come in. They're going to look for what is ready for development. They're gonna look at it. Okay, registration is done, booking is done. They can start developing it. They can actually see that when they click on any frame, they can see all the stuff, all the colors that used, all the icons and stuff like that, and they can even download and stuff. So that's how you do a proper design handoff. I know that it was easy, right? You need to add some comments and stuff in there just to make things easier, just to make things simpler for the developers to understand. If you need specific instructions for the developers, and developers actually can add annotations back in here, that we will cover in another video. For now, I think so. This sums up how to do a proper design handoff. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It means a lot. See you in the next video. Bye.